Hey gang, AV here. Welcome to my review of the G.I. Joe Retro Collection Snake Eyes. Here he is in the packaging, and right off the bat I am going to point out, like I did in the Storm Shadow video, the Snake Eyes depicted on the card is not the Snake Eyes that you actually receive. The Snake Eyes that you're actually getting in this packaging is a repaint of the Pursuit of Cobra Snake Eyes right here. There are a few noticeable differences in the paint of the two figures, which we will go over in a second. However, I would like to point out that this particular version of Snake Eyes comes with an additional gun and an additional head sculpt. It has the goggled head, whereas the Retro Collection only comes with the visored head. We'll get, and like I said, we'll get over the paint differences in just 1 second. I just wanted to point that out. But basically, this is the packaging. He is a blister carded figure. Flip it over, you can see his file card, as well as the cross sell for the other figures that were available in the first two waves of the Retro Collection. Several different languages there for all the legal mumbo jumbo down at the bottom. And that's about it for the packaging. Let us have a look at the file card. And I've mentioned in previous videos, unfortunately, even though the file card is even larger than the original, it has very minuscule information on there. For example, the top line is in English. I'll read that to you. Role Commando, primary specialty infantry, secondary specialty combat instructor, birthplace classified. Proficient in 12 unarmed fighting systems, jungle, desert, and Arctic survival. And that's it. That really doesn't tell you very much about Snake Eyes at all. It kind of diminishes the entire purpose of the file card, which is a damn shame. Also, they could fit 5 different languages on here. If Hasbro wasn't so lazy and they actually printed out different file cards for the different regions that they planned on releasing this toy, it would actually be worth clipping and saving this thing. But as it is, it really ain't. It also comes with this piece of paper, which a lot of Hasbro's figures do now. Again, this is also printed in several different languages. It just basically says, warning, choking hazard, made in China down here. Hasbro, copyright Pawtucket, Rhode Island, you know, customer service, blah, blah, blah. Waste of paper. Anyway, here is the figure itself. And this is the Retro Collection version of Snake Eyes. I think I'll get over his accessories first before I actually do the comparison with the Pursuit of Cobra version. So right off the bat, I'm just going to point out that he does come with an additional pistol that cannot be stored on the figure. There's no holster. He doesn't have enough holsters to accommodate this particular gun, unfortunately. But that is the only accessory that is not currently on him. Here is his figure stand. It says Snake Eyes there in the front. G.I. Joe, 2-foot pegs. Flip it over. 2007 copyright Hasbro. So it's the same mold that they've been using ever since the 25th anniversary line started. Here is the figure himself. Looks pretty damn good in my opinion. And like I said, all of his accessories except for that pistol are currently on him. So, let's start picking them off one by one. He has his signature falconer sword. Let's get him standing up. Come on. There we go. Falconer sword, which is very nice. Black blade, flared edge there. Very unique. This does not fit in any of his sword sheaths, obviously. So he is going to have to hold this or risk bending it when you put it in between his harness and his body, which is not what I recommend doing. He has his signature Uzi, which is right here. And it does have a removable silencer. This is one of 2 silencers it comes with. It can fit on the Uzi, or here in his thigh holster, he has another pistol, which has a notch there. The silencer for that fits in the front of the holster on his leg. Just slide that out and plug that into the pistol. So now he has a silenced pistol. Very cool. He has 2 removable knife sheaths, or knives with sheaths. One is on his leg here. The knives are identical. No painted detail on there, but still very nice. Second one is up here on his shoulder harness. Again, fits pretty snug in there. Knives are identical. No painted detail on there. He also comes with 2 standard swords. Both with painted blades. Very nice. The sword sheaths are removable. Plug right into his harness there. And he also comes with his demolition pack, which the strap is pretty stiff, and it's going to warp easily if you try to put that around his arm, like up over his head, in order to help it to stay on. You can drape it over his arm like that, however, it slides right off. So I usually put it around the sword sheath when I have that hanging on his back. And here is the figure. He has, well, let's get the other figure in here so I can show you what he's missing. Here's the Pursuit of Cobra version, and here is the retro version in my right hand. The right hand side of your screen, left hand side is the Pursuit of Cobra version. You can see right off the bat, Retro Collection has black knee pads, whereas the Pursuit of Cobra had gray. Retro Collection has gray and silver painted detail here on his web gear, whereas the Pursuit of Cobra was flat black. This version also has some painted detail up there on his harness, whereas this is flat black. The stripes on his arm are painted on the retro version, whereas he just has the the G.I. Joe logo there on his left shoulder, excuse me. Flip him over. He's got a painted button here on his right shoulder for the Retro Collection, whereas the left has the Arashikage symbol. And on the back, the gray pattern is continued onto the back of his web gear. He also has painted straps on his legs for the retro version, whereas the Pursuit of Cobra is flat black. So you can see the paint differences are subtle, but pretty obvious when you have them stand side by side here. And the most obvious difference between these two particular figures is, again, the Pursuit of Cobra version comes with the goggled head, whereas the retro version only comes with the visored head. This version came with both. So there you have it. He's still an excellent pickup, especially if you missed out on the figure the first time he was available in the Pursuit of Cobra line, or even when he was released in the 50th anniversary. This is still arguably the best version of Snake Eyes out there, even though he comes with one fewer weapon and with one fewer head sculpt. He's still awesome. He still has great accessories. He's still a great pickup, in my opinion. So anyway, this has been, oh, I forgot to do my size comparison, excuse me. So here he is next to a vintage G.I. Joe figure, the version 1 Snake Eyes. As you can see, the retro collection version is noticeably taller because he is a 4-inch figure, whereas the vintage line was 3 3/4 inches. Here he is next to a vintage collection Star Wars figure, again, noticeably taller than him for the same reasons. Here he is next to a Boss Fight Studio Night Blank. They are very close to the same size, as you can see. And here he is next to a Marvel Universe Captain America figure. So all in all, in closing, I do highly recommend that you pick them up if you haven't had the chance to own one previously. This has also been a very, very popular figure for customizers. So if you're looking to do that, this is a good base for that as well. He comes with excellent accessories. I really love this figure. He is probably my favorite version of Snake Eyes. Although I do like the other head sculpt on this particular mold. He is still a great pickup in my opinion. So all in all, if you like this video, check out my channel. If you like what you see there, then please subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.